Zoe Joyelle.
And I'm Alexis Simone.
And this is the Soundwaves podcast,
where we dive deep into the rhythms and stories that shape our world.
So, how you been?
I've been good.
How have you been? I feel like I haven't been behind the camera in a minute. It feels a little different.
I don't know when's the last time we recorded, but it's the new year.
It's the new year, y'all.
Cheers to 2025. I hope y'all ready.
I just want to make a note that moving forward, it'll probably always be a mocktail. So, yeah.
Let's get into it. So, today we are drinking another mocktail by Mingle. Mm-hmm. This flavor is Cranberry Cosmo. Let me see what they have to say.
We actually had this in a past episode. So,
we had the same flavor?
Yeah. Cranberry Cosmo. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, period. Well, then, tap in with that.
It's not one of the ones with the adaptogens, though, so it's just more of a flavor profile. That's another thing we'll probably stick with moving forward is getting things with adaptogens in it, because these be like flavored juice. Yeah.
I like to feel a little something.
Right.
A little mushroom limeade, never hurt nobody.
Right. A little, what was that, the L-theanine?
Yeah, we need that.
I love that.
It was up.
Yeah.
Up.
So, today, we're going to be discussing boundaries.
Amen.
It's needed. It's very much needed.
We'll talk about why, the importance of it.
Are you afraid to have boundaries?
Facts.
Do you be acting crazy when people put boundaries on you? Like, what's up? So let's really get into it.
All right. So we're gonna start with a story time. And Zoe's laughing because she lives with me through this. But a story time of a situation how it played out when I was setting a boundary, which at the time I don't even think I was considering it like as setting a boundary. Yeah. It just was really crazy. So, long story short, we were in college, our senior year of college, and I had like a best friend at the time of mine since like high school, freshman year of high school, and it was her birthday. And looking back, I feel like I was already having like some reservations towards her, just on how she was acting this whole birthday. Y'all know how girls do. When it's your birthday, it's a 3-day, 4-day weekend plan. Like, it's something to do every single day. So she started off having a photo shoot, and from that photo shoot on to this time this thing actually happened, I was like, I'm not really feeling this. So it comes to like the weekend of her actual birthday.
What were you feeling?
I wasn't feeling her like energy.
Oh.
And like, I don't know, maybe the expectations of me around your birthday. So that it was interesting. I was just peeping stuff, like how she wanted me to move for her birthday. Like, I don't know, like I was her man or something. So fast forward to the weekend of her actual birthday was Saturday, and me and Zoe, like, we're already friends, been living together. She texts me and tells me to invite Zoe and our other friend, Paola.
Can you not use any more real names moving forward?
Oh, my bad.
But Paola, that's cool. That's our friend for real.
Right. So, invited them. Okay, cool. She wanted us to meet up at her apartment first to, like, help her get ready, whatever. So, I go over there. We taking pictures. She's getting ready. I'm like, I'm going to leave because I live with these girls. We can all just ride together, and then we'll meet you at the spot. We were going to Crew. She got an attitude right there. I was just like noticing it, but like I don't care what's your attitude. I'm gonna go and I'll see you at the spot. Come to find out, we end up going to 2 different crews, and it just was like, where are you? I don't know where you are. And she already had attitude, y'all, about me not driving her or riding with her to Crew, but it was my car I was driving. So driving her to Crew. And so I told her, look, I've been already driving. I already paid the park. Like, I'm not leaving.
Oh, yeah,
Because it was already a lot. Like, and I was like, I'm not going to leave. Like, we just paid the park, like, $20. You know, and it'd be taxing. And I'm like, we just got in. She had an attitude and started ranting on Instagram about how she don't really have, like, she's seeing who her real friends are. And all this.
And she was like, you left to go pick them up. Like, girl, you told her to bring us.
Right.
But, like, I'm reflecting now because, first of all, that was, like, 4 years ago at this point. 5?
Like 8, probably. No, I'm just kidding. Like 6,
you said
though.
senior year, so 6 years?
Yeah.
5 years ago.
we're about to be. No, we've been out of college for 2.
We graduated in 2020, right?
Oh yeah, 5. Oh,
yeah.
Shit, I'm losing.
Yeah, it's so funny because I'm hearing this shit like, what? Like, I'm just thinking like, first of all, yeah, treating you like you her man. Also, the expectations of people. But a little funny note that came to my head is like, the friendship probably was expiring. Because if it was me and you birthday and we ended up at the wrong place, because we have a ball together, I'm going to go to the next place. Depending on who it is, I'm going to go to the right place.
Yeah, I would have left. But like I said, it was already, that whole weekend was already panning out. Like, it was already like, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you requiring so much of me on your birthday? And it just all was centered around driving her places. And so that's why let me give y'all the backstory. So y'all don't think I'm just like, oh bitch, I'm not coming to your birthday no more. No, she was already trying to have me drive around so much. And I was just like, no, I'm not doing this no more.
She didn't have a car?
No.
Oh, okay.
And I just got here. And I'm like, I drove you around all weekend. I'm sorry we at the wrong place, but I'm not leaving. That might have been fucked up for me. Y'all might
But she kind of burned you out.
Exactly. We on a 4-day weekend, 3-day weekend of birthday plans, baby. I'm tired.
Yeah, like y'all be burning. I'm not gonna lie, don't put me in the 4-day birthday plans. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Like,
I'll be at the first day or the last day. I'm not doing multiple. Look. Get a man, bro. I don't know, do something.
Or get a job. You have to Uber.
I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to be a part of 4 days of birthday. I'm sorry. I got other stuff to do.
And we grown. And it's just like, do you really need a whole festive? Unless we out of town. Then that's different.
Yeah, like a vacation, which everybody benefits off of because everybody's having fun.
Yeah,
but if you want 4 days of people serving you going out their way, it's like, come on, you're being exhausted.
A dinner, a photo shoot, a club night. It's just a lot.
Yeah, and you expecting me to pay every day of those 4 days, right?
Yes.
Like every single thing that I'm doing. So like, people should just chill out with that. I'm not a big like, you gotta be. I really don't care because me and who I choose to be around, I'm gonna have a good. Even if most people don't, I'm still gonna have a good time. I'm gonna go to multiple places in that one night. I know what I like and I know where to go and where to have fun. I know where the good food is. I know everything about how I need to have a good time. So I never care if people don't show up to my stuff. At the end of the day, it was probably your loss anyway. So I don't care.
Like, we were just having that conversation about like why people are so extra about birthdays.
Yeah.
Because it's a deeper reason than it's just your birthday.
Maybe y'all won't agree, but I be thinking like you're trying to overcompensate for other areas that you're lacking in your life. Like maybe you don't feel love in your life. Maybe you don't feel like people show up for you. So the birthday is a big extravaganza where people have to show up, but it's like you don't know what other people have going on. So this extravaganza wasn't the one that I could show up for. But if you would have communicated that I'm lacking as a friend in other ways, then that's different. But like all these expectations for one event, like you're bugging out.
And she was truly bugging. Because then she ran to Instagram, which that's what I'm saying. I could have been wrong that I didn't be like, okay, let's get back in the car and go down the street. I could be wrong for that, but then she ran to Instagram. And y'all, I am so zero tolerance about, it's like running to like social media about problems. Like, especially friendship, I just don't like that. And so for her to, she stopped texting me, wasn't picking up none of my calls, and just strictly was on Instagram like bashing me, basically. And it was just like, oh yeah, no, I don't, if you're calling me your best friend, I'm calling you my best friend for, I don't know, 5+ years, and that's the first thing you do. It told me everything I needed to know. And it was just like the fact that she was not picking up the phone. Like the night is we're still out. She's none of that. It was just like, I'm going to stop talking to you. I'm straight on Instagram, story post. And it was just like, oh yeah, I can't fuck with that no more.
Yeah.
And so I feel like now, looking back, that was an instance where I probably was putting like my first boundary down, and look how it replayed. And then we're not friends anymore. We stopped being friends after that. Because she never hit me back up.
Yeah. She
hit me back up like 6 to 8 months later, and it was just like, what? I have nothing to say.
And then mind you, it was like 2020, so I don't know about y'all, but God is good and life was mad fun in 2020. So it's like, if you're having a good time, you're evolving, it's like, I don't care about what you're talking about.
Facts. And it was just like best friend, and now I'm saying something 6 months later, like that's not no genuine friend in my opinion. I would never wait 6 months to hit my friend up and be like, hey, so do you want to talk about my birthday? Like, no.
What birthday? Oh, I forgot you had a birthday.
I moved on. You should have picked up the phone the next day or something like that. Or maybe a few weeks, like, you know, I don't want to talk right now. I'll hit you back when I want. So yeah, no. That was my first time really putting a boundary down. We're not friends anymore. And so that was like my first like experience with that. And it was crazy in the time.
Yeah, it was.
It blew me. It really blew me. But we moved on, we laughed, we love, and it's over.
Yeah. I was telling her that I think it was like an accumulation of not having boundaries prior to, and how people really be acting like maniacs when you finally put a boundary down on them. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So we're going to hop into our first question, which is, what areas in your life are you lacking boundaries now?
Okay, so I am still lacking boundaries, I feel like, in my family relationships, like more so with my mom. I'm still learning to put boundaries on my relationship with my mom, just because like how she views having a kid versus how I view a kid, and you know, grandmas overstep.
Yeah.
And when I say don't do that, I mean don't do that.
Right.
And I'm still learning like how to state that and you know, still have respect and say it in a respectful manner. And so I'm still lacking boundaries in my family relationship and maybe even my like intimate relationship as well, like my romantic relationship. Just so more of like when I'm saying how I feel and actually like standing on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
I feel like I haven't even gotten a chance to reflect on this because it's like all new to me. Because I'm such a like blunt and honest person, I didn't know that I was lacking boundaries. But I think I lack boundaries because I feel like I'm coming from a person who used to have a ton of boundaries and have a ton of walls up. So now that I've taken some down, I'm like, people are actually playing with me. So I think I'm having boundaries with like saying yes to more things that I maybe can even take on, like even at work. And then similar to what you said, like actually knowing what I want in my romantic life, but like I'm not even seeing it as I need to place a boundary here, and like whatever it is that I need and want, that's it. Like there's no actual compromise over certain things that I want in my life. So yeah. And that's new. That's very new. So yeah,
that is very new. We're learning.
We're learning.
2025 is all about learning and applying.
Yeah, it's application for me, baby. Because I feel like I got a whole book bag full of lessons that I could just live off right now. Like, for real. Like, I'm done.
The book.
I'm leaving the class today. Like, I'm good.
Okay, graduation.
Yeah, I'm done.
Period.
I'm done. You want me to ask the next one?
Yeah, or
I can ask. Okay. This one says, do you have fear around setting boundaries? And if so, why?
I think sometimes I do, only because I just am unsure on how someone is going to respond. And I'm just like, okay, I want to communicate it in a way where it's so clear and concise that I'm not leaving any room for hesitation. But I also don't want you to respond in a way that is like negative or like conflicting. But I'm like letting go of that because at the end of the day, how I feel is how I feel, and I need to stand on that. And so it is what it is. So I feel like maybe in the past that was like the only fear around it.
Yeah. It's weird because I don't really think I have fear around it. And if I ever do, it's probably just like a PTSD type of fear, like where I'm thinking of like situations that haven't gone well with the person that I'm currently talking to or trying to place a boundary on. Because, like, with work, I don't have a fear of placing a boundary. I'm just, I guess I was testing my boundaries at work. Like, oh, can I do this? Maybe I can't. I don't know. So now I'm like, no, I can't. Like, I'm just learning the boundary, I guess, there. But in other places in my relationships, whether that's platonic or romantic, I don't think I have fear because I'm not, like, no disrespect, but I'm not afraid to lose anybody. Because I'm not here to please men. So, yeah. So, no, I'm not afraid.
And
that's it.
Thank you for coming to Soundwaves. No,
yeah. Just kidding. But I think it's also like when you go through certain things with people that mean the most to you, it's like you don't be afraid of nothing after that. It's like, okay.
That's true.
Next. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah. And it's a harsh reality, but it is what it is, like she said. Because when I hear it's like, please, like worldly beings.
Yep.
So let that fear go. If you have some. If you don't, great. All right, so next question. Do you think forcing kids to share sets the stage for them to lack boundaries later on?
So I don't know if y'all have ever seen that on like social media, but there was like a whole discourse, not a discourse, but like a talk about how like you shouldn't force your kids to share their toys and stuff like that because it could basically put them on the path of people pleasing.
I have seen that.
You're the mom, so you tell us.
So I think it is a balance to it. So sharing is important in my opinion because it teaches you that you cannot have your way all the time,
right?
Because you really can't. Like that's life. Like reality as a child, as an adult, you cannot have your way the entire time. So I think that is where sharing plays a part. Like that teaches you to one, share your time, a toy, your attention, whatever it may be. However, I think overly sharing, like telling a kid that they have to share everything, does limit their boundary setting. Because if this is my drink and you finished yours,
right?
Why do I have to share my drink? Like, and I think that some parents, like when they have siblings, they do stuff like that. Like, and it's like, no, or even like when you're in the kids, like in a daycare or like school environment, and the teachers are like, okay, like first you can have it for 5 minutes, but now let them. But it's like, I don't think kids have to share everything. Yeah. Because if I brought this stuff from home, I shouldn't have the expectation of sharing my snacks because Johnny is hungry. No.
Oh, that's funny.
Now, if I know in my back of my mind that Johnny is a little less fortunate and I choose to share, that is just being raised right on kindness. Mm-hmm. But like having that expectation of sharing everything, like, no, I think that does limit the boundaries that a child will grow up to have and be able to do so effectively. Yeah. But I think it is important because you can't have everything you want.
Right.
Not all the time.
Yeah, I honestly just don't like extremes. Like, I hate when people say one thing and say it's going to just be the overarching theme of your life. Like, quit it. Just quit it. So I think she's completely right, and it's probably, it's a balance.
It's a balance.
It's a balance. And also, like, if you think that, then shouldn't you just teach them about boundaries then? Like, or are you just going to make this moment of making them share, just leave the, this shit just don't make sense to me. So, yeah.
Get the word tattoo balance on your forehead because we're going to say that in every podcast.
Yeah.
All right.
How have people reacted to you setting boundaries in your life? Ooh.
So I just showed you, we just told you that story, y'all, and it was not good. And honestly, I have set boundaries with my mom, and it has not gone well either. So far, I've had negative responses. Yeah.
Have you had any positive reactions?
I don't think so. Because even the boundary I sat at work. Am I saying that right? Set at work. We're from Bumble, Georgia at this point. Down some country. I set a boundary at work, and that didn't go well either.
At least you keep trying.
Hey, you gotta keep going. Yeah. People do not respond well. How about you?
Growing up, I went through a lot, like leaving New York and coming to Georgia to go to college and stuff like that. Because it's like I'm talking to family that no longer sees me on a daily basis, and they're not even fully aware of how much I'm growing. Like I literally left. I'm speaking to adults that stayed in the same state their whole life, no shade. But like it's a whole different growing experience. So it was hard. Like I've had plenty of arguments with both of my parents through the growing stages of becoming a woman. And I don't think it hit them with surprise because I've always had a bark to me. Like it is what it is. But it was like, oh, okay, like you can't talk to her like that. Oh, okay, maybe she don't want to talk right now. Like, so I would say it's been a mixture. I don't know if there's been positive. I think recently now in my life, because I went through that hardship and that bump in my college era, I feel like it's getting better, and now I'm being more received as the adult that I am. Yeah. Yeah. I send this home for I pay my own bills. So, yeah. Exactly. Who are you talking to? Real grown. Yeah. Respect. Basically. Cheers to that. Basically. Okay, so how do you respond to people placing boundaries, like, on you? I respect it. I think it's so funny. It is funny. I think it's funny because, like, that story that she told, I feel like I've always, and I might have said this in another episode that we had, but I feel like I've always been the friend or the girlfriend or the cousin, whoever, that like realizes where people aren't setting boundaries, and I just take a mental note because I know that God is always going to give you an opportunity to step up to the things that you're lacking. So I respect it. I don't think there's ever been a time for real where somebody has like really set a boundary and I've acted like a maniac. It was just be like, oh, okay, excuse me. Like it's more of either a surprise or I'd be like, I respect you for that. Like you should, as you should.
I think initially I think it's funny as well because it's like, oh, okay, you for real.
Oh, you growing up.
You for real. And like she said, I respect it because, you know, I'm not someone to be like, oh no, like, and just like oppose what you are trying to set for yourself. Like, what kind of person would that make me? And especially someone who's trying to grow and learn to set boundaries as well. So, but it is funny because it's just like, oh shit. Yeah. Look how the tables have turned.
That's funny.
So yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is the importance of boundaries?
Everything. Especially like what I was telling you guys, like growing. It's like you have to check people. How they be saying like you teach people how to treat you, like that's a whole fact. And I don't care what environment it is in.
Yeah.
Like, of course, in a professional setting, you have to figure out how to say those things differently than how you would say it to a friend or a family member. But it's important because it guides like how people are going to treat you, how people are going to react to you. And I feel like it puts you on, like it kind of helps you on your path. Like you can basically get away from distractions when you set boundaries as well. Because like people may want to invite you here or may think that you're down to do this and stay up till this time and drink it. It's like, who the hell are you if you don't place boundaries? You're just all over the place saying yes to everything. So that's why it's important.
Yeah, I agree. I think they are very important as you are coming to know yourself, because if you are someone who agrees, like I feel like I used to be someone who was always, oh, you know, I just go with the flow. And the flow would take me up, down, round and round, and I'm chilling. Look, I'm chilling though. But I think like you realize maybe you really didn't want to be doing that. And so that's where the boundary comes in for you to say, like, moving forward, I probably was doing that in the past, but now this is how I want to move forward and this is how I want to go about my time and space. And I think it just adds a level of respectness for people to have for you when you set a boundary. Because, yeah, you want people to respect you. You want people to, you know, perceive you in a way that you are confident and know what you want and not somebody who's just, like, blowing in the wind. Because who are you? Right. In that aspect. So I think it's important for someone who's trying to like really gather themselves and figure out who they are in the world and stand on it. And so and it adds a level of confidence to yourself as well, because look, like, this is what I want and this is what I am saying I need, and I need it.
Period.
I need it. So yeah. they're very important.
It's really beautiful hearing these words come out of her mouth.
Okay.
She's come a long way.
Facts, y'all. It's been a rough road. Especially having those negative reactions. I feel like every time God placed me an opportunity to set a boundary, people was like barking back at me like, I don't like it. And it was like, damn, y'all not making this easy at all. Yeah. But you keep going. You keep going.
So as we wrap up the questions around boundaries, the last one we have here is, how do you respond when your boundaries are crossed?
I don't like it.
I be angry.
Very much so.
Maybe because I work from home, so I'm not like always around people to try me. To be honest, like I'm really not, unless I'm wherever I want to be at this point since I work from home. But people even do be trying me at work through the damn computer, so I just be mad. And then, because I feel like I'm gaining so much self-control. But at some points, I be angry. Like, I don't put my anger out on people, so I guess that's still a part of self-control.
It is.
I just be like, for real? Because I feel like I'm a very respectful person.
Yeah. So
I take shit personal when you are trying me. It's like, for what? Like, I wouldn't do that to you, so that's why I be angry.
I be angry. Exactly, because, one, you're talking to somebody who already had a little issue placing the boundary and sticking up for myself in that way, and then you're gonna respond by crossing it, and it's just like I'm furious. I don't even know how to respond, but I do like to be angry but not react right away, because I'm not even trying to approach you like that. You know, I want people to treat me how I treat them, so I'm not even gonna approach you with that anger. I'm gonna pipe down a little bit, but it is like, wow. I be a little confused, like, wow, you a little thrown off for real. Like, the entitlement is there for you to think that you can cross the boundary that I just placed for myself, for my kids, for my family, wherever, and you just didn't care.
Right.
That's very insulting.
So, are there any new boundaries that you've learned recently that you're taking into this new year?
Yes, it is.
You don't want to share?
I don't mind.
Oh.
So recently, you know, I've mentioned in the past, I'm in on one of the other episodes, I'm in a relationship, and so recently I don't want to have sex no more. I let him know that I don't want to have any premarital sex, and so stay tuned if I bring up this relationship.
Oh my God, we getting real on here.
Any further relationships, but no, for real, like that's a new boundary for mine. Like, I just don't want to do that no more, and so I've expressed it, and so far we're working on that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, what about you?
New boundary. It's really like an awareness in boundaries. Like, I didn't realize that some of the things that my heart desires, like not wanting to have premarital sex, not wanting to be a lukewarm Christian, mm-hmm. I didn't realize that when I'm expressing these interests of my heart, that I'm still asking. Like, instead of stating the boundary, mm-hmm. I'm asking. And I feel like it's a theme that I'm now seeing in other ways. Like, even at work, since I keep bringing up work because I'm a project manager, so I deal with managing a lot of people. And, like, so I have to set dates and timelines and stuff like that. But I'm also aware of how much work these people have to do. So even when I'm setting dates and timelines, I'm like, oh, do you think that you'll be able? But that bites me in the behind after mm-hmm. when we're delayed. So, like, it's like a new awareness on the fact that I'm still having question marks in my boundaries, and that's not good.
Yes, it gives room for people
to slither through and
say what they want to say.
Yeah, do what you want to do, and how far can I keep pushing it? So that's what I'm bringing in, and now I'm about to stand on everybody's neck.
Period. And I've had that issue too, like having question marks at the end of my boundaries. Like, would you mind? Mm-hmm. And it's like, no. Moving forward, I would not like to blah blah blah.
Yeah. Jinx. And
so yeah, that's something I've also realized.
Yeah, and one thing I want to just leave with you all before we go is like, I definitely think it takes time and maturity, and I keep thinking it's age, but I be hearing stories about people that's 10 years older than me that's out here wilding. So maybe it's not. Maybe I just need to let go of the fact that it's age. But, like, if you're not there yet with anything that we've mentioned in this video today, it's okay. I think the awareness is what helps you get to wherever it is that you want to go. Mm-hmm. But also for me personally, at least, like, the whole year of 2024 was really just bringing me closer and closer and closer and closer to God. Yeah. And it's not just, like, this cute Christian aesthetic. It's, like, really, like, you gain your own confidence. And, like, it's, like, as long as I got God, I don't care who I lose because I know I'm gonna be aligned with who I'm supposed to be with. So it's like I can't be afraid to lose people more than I'm afraid to not have a relationship with God. Yeah. So that is what's helping me with these new boundaries.
Amen.
Yeah. Is there anything you would like to leave for the girls and the boys?
But God placed that in your heart.
The period.
That's what I'm leaving on.
Well,
go with what the Lord places in your heart.
Yes.
Amen. All right. Well, thanks for riding away with us.
See ya.